We need a motion for acceptance.
I move we accept the Rules Committee report.
Second.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We accept the Convention Rules Committee report. Thank you, past District Governor Annie DeMario and your committee for your work in helping to make this convention a success. We will now hear from the Constitution and Bylaws Committee, past District Governor Gary Burdett, 22C, regarding the resolutions to be voted on at this convention. The report will be given by District Governor Ruth Moses.
Thank you, District Governor Wayne. So the Multiple District 22 Constitution and Bylaws Policies and Procedures Committee is responsible for reviewing and updating the MD22 Constitution and Bylaws in the Multiple District 22 Policy and Procedure Manual. The 2020-2021 committee is comprised of the lions from each sub-district and included PDG John Andrews, 22A, Lion Tommy Smith, 22B, PDG Gary Burdett, the chair, 22C, PCC Lee Bird, 22D, and PDG Dave Brawning, 22W. The MD22 Constitution and Bylaws Policies and Procedures Committee, at the recommendation of the MD22 Convention Committee and the MD22 Long Range Planning Committee, prepared a resolution to revise Article 8, Multiple District Convention Fund, Section 1 of the MD22 Constitution and Bylaws. The resolution would grant future councils the authority to consider other funding options to supplement the MD22 Convention Fund. The following resolution to revise Article 8, Section 1 of the MD22 Constitution and Bylaws will be placed on the ballot at the upcoming election in May. The proposed revisions, text highlighted in bold, will require the approval of 2/3 of the votes cast by the club delegates. Section 1, an annual per capita fund tax of $1.50 per year shall be levied upon each member of the clubs in the multiple district and shall be paid in 2 equal parts. The number of members in each club as of July 1st and January 1st shall be used as the basis for determining the amount due from each club. This tax shall be paid to the respective sub-district secretary treasurer or cabinet treasurer by October 1st and April 1st, respectively. Each sub-district will then submit said tax to the council treasurer of the Council of Governors within 30 days. In the event that the dues collected do not provide sufficient revenue to meet the planned budgeted expenses for the multiple district convention, the convention committee, with the approval of the Council of Governors, shall consider alternative measures to supplement the funding in order to provide a balanced budget. As required by Article 7, Section 1 of the MD22 Constitution and Bylaws, a letter explaining the proposed change, including a copy of the proposed resolution and a sample ballot, was sent to each in club in Multiple District 22 30 days prior to the sub-district elections, which are being held prior to the multiple district convention. Due to the cancellation of the 2020 Lions Club International Convention, there were no changes to the international constitution and bylaw enacted that would have required additional revisions to the MD22 Constitution and Bylaws. The MD22 Constitution and Bylaws Policies and Procedure Committee, working with the Council of Governors and MD22 committee chairs and coordinators, identified some necessary revisions and additions to the MD22 Policies and Procedures Manual. A summary of the changes are listed in the written report. The first update of the MD22 Policies and Procedures Manual was approved by the Council of Governors at the turnover meeting on August 8, 2020. The second update was approved by the COG at the March 7, 2021 Council meeting. Thank you. Respectively submitted by PDG Gary Burdett, the chair of the MD22 Constitution and Bylaws Policy and Procedure Manual Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, District Governor Ruth Moses. On behalf of past District Governor Gary Burdett of 22C, excellent report by you and your committee on the bylaws and Constitution. We will now have oral reports from the multiple district committee chairpersons. Time is limited, so each report should be no more than 3 minutes. First on the agenda is Diabetes Coordinator John Monahan.
Thank you, District Governor Wayne. In preparing the summary, my thoughts returned back to August and to conversations we had with the Committee of Diabetes Coordinators representing Multiple District 22, and there was a consensus that we did not know what to expect from the upcoming service year. And the society around us was under lockdown due to health and safety concerns. So what we knew is normal, like visiting clubs for diabetes awareness presentation, planning fundraisers, or face-to-face screenings, would have to be modified for 2021. What we did have were the facts. Coordinators knew 422 million people in the world have diabetes. 1.6 million deaths will be attributed to diabetes annually. In the U.S., we have 34.2 million with diabetes, and another 88 million Americans have diabetes, which is really elevated blood sugar levels, and they could be headed towards type 2 diabetes. 84% of them are not even aware. So in this unique year, our plan was to heavily promote awareness of the 60-second diabetes risk test, and also to advise people to see a physician if they took the test themselves. And we would also have articles for them to have towards living towards healthier lifestyle. Throughout Multiple District 22 this year, the coordinators delivered this essential message. Here are some examples. Diabetes coordinators delivered programs via Zoom in every sub-district upon request. There was a celebration of World Diabetes Day, November 14th. We had strides walks, we had information pamphlets, and other activities virtually. The Multiple District Council sponsored 2 Zoom presentations. One was on diabetes awareness and how to involve Lions, and the other one was on diabetes service projects and fundraisers. We had programs on healthy eating, nutrition, physical exercise. We raised funds for Lions Camp Merrick and for scholarships. Unique food drives were organized to ensure that only healthy selected food items were distributed to those in need. Diabetes coordinators continued to partner with school nurses to assist students with diabetes health supplies, and new partnerships with local organizations were established during this pandemic year, while existing collaborations with pharmacists at ADA were enhanced. I'm grateful to the following lines that served this year as coordinators: Lion Mike Robier from 22A, from 22B, Fran Rubino, C, Corneli McElmont, D, Lion Nancy Nutter, and in District 22W, Lion Donna Jackman, and Lion Tom Harney. It's been a privilege to serve this year as Multiple District Coordinator of Diabetes. I'm grateful to the Council of Governors for this special opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is the Global Leadership Team from our past Council Chair, John Lawrence.
Good afternoon. I'm John Lawrence, past Council Chair and the Global Leadership Team Leader. This year, of course, with all the COVID things going on, we've had to have a lot of virtual training. I'm happy to say that the various districts have all been very involved in keeping the training going for all of their leaders coming up. One thing we had to do this year, we originally had the Regional Leader Lions Leadership Institute was scheduled to happen in June. That's been postponed till next January. One reason we decided not to do that in a virtual setting is that the interaction between the various people taking the institute is probably half of the institute. So we've delayed that one until next January. It'll be held at Washington College, and I encourage certainly everyone to think about attending that. It's been a very great experience for those people who have attended. Another of our duties is the District Governor-elect School. That is underway. We have 12 people enrolled, and we're also including, besides the LCI required information, each of the various committee chairs are going to come on and give a short presentation of how they want to interact with the Council of Governors. Convention seminars, there's several seminars out there. They're being taped. They are taped, and if you go to the proper site, you can see the ones that have already been given. We also have some that are coming up Friday afternoon, particularly with LVRF, LYF, and LoverNet. So please make every effort to attend those. Finally, I know that we're still in the virtual setting in some cases, but don't forget the zone chair training, new officer training is coming up. Some people will do that in person, some will do that on a virtual setting. This is certainly a very important part of what we do as in the global leadership team. Thank you.
Thank you, past Council Chair John Lawrence. Next on our agenda is the Global Membership Team, District Governor Barbara Brimingen.
Good morning, Lions, Lionesses, Leos, and guests. I begin by expressing my thanks and gratitude to the district GMTs, NAMI champions, and GMT teams, our district governors, and Global Action Team, past Council Chair Mahesh Chitnis, Area Global Action Leader, and PID Jerome Thompson, Global Action Team. We started this Lions Year by learning about and introducing to our districts, clubs, and Lions the best practices from the pilot project year of the North American Membership Initiative, better known as NAMI, and soon to be the Global Membership Approach. NAMI adds additional innovations and toolkits that enable our districts and clubs to advance in areas of creating new clubs, new member growth, caring for and keeping our Lions, and finally, leadership support for those at all levels. Following the NAMI process, we put in the work to form our teams, complete the analysis, create our visions, and finally, the goal statements that gave us the blueprint to build our future, all during the pandemic. Putting these plans into action was exciting and not impossible with the restrictions placed on everyone. Learning how best to communicate with our club members, finding ways to keep clubs engaged and contributing service, and even growing membership were and are possible. For the multiple district, there are a few highlights on membership. One club was reactivated. One club had 100% growth. One district reports a decrease of only 9 Lions so far this year. 37 clubs reported positive growth. 56 clubs report no net loss of members. And 55 clubs report a net loss of only 1 to 3 members so far. As we transition until the next year, remember that we can turn these numbers around by June 30th, that the plans in motion for the coming years are solid and will lead to growth. And we have learned new ways to engage and keep our Lions in the fold. Respectfully submitted, past District Governor Stephen Finger.
Thank you, District Governor Barbara Brimingen. We'll now hear from our Global Service Team Chair, past Council Secretary Susan Cox.
Good morning, Lions, Lioness, Leos, and guests. It is my pleasure to join you today to share the good news of our district. I'm going to speak about our service activities and the way that our Lions have responded in a most difficult time. We have, as of this morning, provided 409,344 individuals with service. We have, as Lions in the multiple district, completed 3,915 service projects during this challenging time. We have completed 69,276 hours of service. What a fantastic accomplishment when it has been difficult throughout this time to meet together, to serve together. We have still found opportunities to serve. We are very proud of the 38 diabetes projects that have been completed, the 262 environmental projects that have been completed, 43 childhood cancer projects, 647 hunger projects during a time when hunger was a great need in every community, 411 vision projects, and 2,514 additional service projects in a variety of areas. We can certainly say that we are proud of the service that we have shared this year with our communities. I want to thank all of the coordinators and also the council for all of your hard work to continue to make service happen. Thank you, Lions.
Thank you, Lion Susan Cox. We next have Leader Dog for the Blind Chair, past District Governor Robert Bob Jones.
Good morning, fellow Lions. Leader Dog, as well as all of our districts, have canceled all in-person visits and programs this year due to the coronavirus. We are maintaining continuity and contact with Leader Dog through quarterly virtual meetings, which my wife and I have attended, and they are very, very well done and kept us up to date. Our multiple district had a virtual presentation presented on March 30th. It was an hour long, and it was an excellent program attended by approximately 100 Lions. We also had a virtual 50-50, of which we ended up sending Leader Dog $800. We're very, very proud of that, needless to say. A Leader Dog presentation similar to the one for the multiple district was presented to 22W on April 29th this year, and they did that for their whole district. LDC's Leader Dog chairs are receiving some donations, and I'm getting some donations. We're all forwarded to Leader Dog. And as of March 30th, April 1st, our multiple district is setting at about $40,000 in donations. So we're doing a pretty good job. My full report has been submitted to the council. Thank you.
Thank you, past District Governor Robert Jones. A Leo Chair report has been submitted by our Leo Chair for the multiple district. I will present it at this time. For the Leo clubs of multiple district 22 during the 2021 calendar year, clubs meeting and activities were markedly affected by the restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, Belafonte Leo Club remained active during this time doing mentoring, as well as the Bowie, Ridgely, and Denton clubs. The Leos of Milford were active in the Thanksgiving and Christmas basket program. The Perryville Lions of 22B work with the Leos to present topics on diabetes education. Effective Monday, March 29th, due to the personal obligations, Leo, chairman for District 22, multiple District 22, resigned his position for personal reasons. Lion Club International Foundation, past District Governor Kendall Chu, and past District Governor Kent Edelmiller. They're not here, though. They're not here at this time. Okay. Our next on the agenda is our Lions Quest Chair, past Cabinet Secretary Martin Bonura.
I want to start by thanking the Council of Governors for the opportunity for this new adventure in Lions Quest. This year has been impacted because of COVID. However, there have been outstanding things done for Lions Quest. In 22A, District Governor Jim took over the program after we found out that there was a request for Lions Quest at a school in his district. He worked with Our Lady of Victory School, and they have a program. He has also gone out and succeeded in getting a grant. In 22B, Lion Beth Whitelock has worked with the schools to keep them available to take Lions Quest when they open back up. In 22C, Cabinet Secretary Maxine Hooker came to us and said, we have a group of people who would like to do Lions Quest. So we talked to them, showed them the ropes. They have joined Lions Quest. In 22D, there are 3 regional people. Hyatt Homar Herbert is the Region 1 chair, and she is working with the Bellevue Community Center grades kindergarten through 5. Bill Walls is in Region 2, and he is working with the schools in that area to keep them available for next year. And Lion John Monahan is in Region 3, and he is working with the schools and has got them the information they need. In 22W, we finished out a grant. We had a $25,000 Lions Clubs International Foundation grant. We were able to use that grant to provide materials for a school, and we're positioning ourselves to expand next year. Again, thank you to the Council of Governors.
Thank you, Lion Martin. Lions Saving Kids Site. Dr. Joseph he could not be here this evening. I'm presenting his report as well. Lion Joe reports that the Lions Saving Kids site has been very inactive this year, largely due to the COVID pandemic. However, a donation for acquisition of visual screening equipment was made to a club in 22W. Next on the agenda, we have the report from the Marketing and Community Chair, past District Governor Susan Bonura.
Thank you, District Governor Wayne. During this Lions year, district newsletter editors and district marketing and communications chairs received emails from me, the multiple district coordinator, with information to share with their respective districts, including Lions International's Marketing Communications Guide, the new Lions Press Center, the association's online newsroom designed for both clubs and journalists, which provides the tools needed to promote clubs, including customizable press releases, media kits, photos, news, and more. They also receive tips for marketing your club in your local newspaper. Newsletter or bulletin editors were Sue Parks in 22A, Melanie Donovan in 22B, PDG Sandy Halterman in 22C, and Phyllis Thompson in 22W. Marketing communication chairs were PDG Paul Roof in 22A, Kimberly Abner and PDG Dalton Mann in 22B, and Lynn Stimmel in 22W. 22W's marketing chair, Lion Lynn Stimmel, submitted regular articles for the District 22W newsletter and gave reports at cabinet meetings, urging clubs to blow their own horns and tell their communities about their activities and good deeds, and offering to assist with publicizing their activities and fundraisers. Her articles focused on appointing a club communications and marketing chair, the marketing communication chairperson guide, highlighting the 22W Club Marketing and Communications Award, and urging clubs to have a club newsletter and an effective communications and marketing tool to promote their clubs. She encouraged clubs to wear Lions apparel at events other than Lions meetings. She provided tips for communicating and keeping up with members so that they would be informed and involved. During the Lions year, I invited clubs to contact me as the multiple district marketing and communications chair for assistance with publicizing and promoting their clubs and activities. I thank the Council of Governors for the opportunity to serve as the multiple district marketing and communications chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Lion Susan Bonura. Next on our agenda is a report from the Research and Long Range Planning Chair, past Council Chair Charlie Kearse.
Good morning. Thank you, District Governor Wayne, for the introduction. I had the privilege this year to serve as the chair of the Research and Long Range Planning Committee for the multiple. The committee, in carrying out their responsibilities, identified and recommended to the Council of Governors 3 areas that they felt were important to be investigated. The first one was revisions to the multiple district records retention, a long-range plan, and then to look at alternative venues for the convention. I'd like to give you a little brief update on each one. And start with the records retention. The multiple district established a project for records retention in 2013. It was a good start, but they had some problems and holes. and a review and analysis of the reports indicated a number of difficulties with the process, entry, and retention of these records. First steps of the plan revisions have been completed. Proposed updates to the multiple district policy and procedure manual to clarify responsibilities for the submission of records and a list of specific records, which is very important to be retained, have been approved by the Council of Governors. Entry of past records into the database and analysis to identify missing records, format updates, and revised access of codes remain to be addressed. Next task was long-range planning. This was a carryover from the previous year to develop a long-range plan for the multiple. It ran into some difficulty because of lack of response from the committees. So the long-range planning committee have reverted to a strategic plan, which has been completed and will be provided to the Council of Governors. Last but not least was to look at alternative venues for the convention. The convention, this was done in conjunction with the convention, not just as a standalone. The convention is faced with a number of problems, and one is financing. We looked at three alternatives. First was, is it possible to raise the dues? Second was to look at a registration fee. And third was to look at just reducing the overall cost. Knowing the multiple district Lions, dues increases, registration fees are not a very popular alternative. And also to just reduce the cost with the present format would be a difficult task. This pursued into looking at perhaps a change in format. And a preliminary look was changing to a two-day multiple district convention and perhaps a one-day single district convention. This looks like it has some promises, and there will be further work necessary to be done, including a cost analysis in the future. Also, the research and long-range planning in conjunction with the convention committee proposed a change to the Constitution and the bylaws to allow the Council of Governors to have better discretion in how they do or finance the convention. That has been approved by the Council of Governors and will be on the ballot at the May convention for the delegates to make a decision. The contributions of this committee have been outstanding. They've all worked hard, as just like every other committee with the pandemic. All the sessions were done virtually. And that has proven to be quite successful. I thank the Council of Governors for this opportunity to serve, and I wish you the best as we go forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, past Council Chair Charlie Curse. Now, we'd like to hear from the Multiple District 22 Convention Committee Chair, past Council Chair David Studley.
Good morning. As your multiple district convention committee began their year, plans were being made to hold a live in-person convention at the Wyndham Hotel in Gettysburg. We began the year as a visit to the hotel to meet with the sales staff and to inspect the venue. We were impressed with the quality of the venue and of the people there that were willing to work with us, and looking forward to our convention. But as the year progressed, the uncertainty of the pandemic led us to surveying the past couple years' attendees to the convention to see how they would consider attending a live convention. Only about 50% said they would attend. This led to the consideration of changing to looking at other alternatives and a variety, And at a meeting in late January, the council decided to pursue a virtual platform with which to hold a convention. We are viewing what we are viewing today. I forgot what I wanted to say. What we are viewing today was developed into this platform. And many challenges were faced by the committee. I would like to thank all of my committee members, especially past Council Chair Harold Boscia, Convention Treasurer Sonia Wiggins, and the many others that helped us through the year. And this ends my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Lion Dave. Now we'd like to hear from our 100th anniversary committee chair, immediate past district governor of 22B, John Lawrence.
Thank you, District Governor. Thank you, District Governor Wayne. It looks like I have a new title, which is fine. In 2022, our multiple districts is going to celebrate its 100th anniversary. So we've been here for almost 100 years right now. It's been 99 to date. And we want to have a great celebration. We're going to celebrate August 12th to 13th of 2022. It's going to be at Hunt Valley, in Hunt Valley, Maryland at the Delta Hotel, where this is being filmed actually. We're going to look at where we've been in the past, do an examination of where we are now, make plans to and get energy to forge into the future, and of course have a really big celebration. Briefly, on Friday evening, we start out with sort of a more formal dinner. The speaker is going to be International President. He will be at that time, Brian Sheehan. We're very fortunate for him to be here, and he'll be here for the entire weekend. On Saturday morning, we're going to have a breakfast. We have a great speaker lined up. His name is Don Newberry. He's been a college president of a couple of colleges, does a great job of speaking. He's been a public speaker for 40-some years. Really looking forward to that. During the day on Saturday, we're going to have events throughout the day, but the primary thing will be the Special Olympics is going to come and work particularly with our Leos and of course all of the Lions in doing Special Olympic events, including the opening eyes that we do when we screen the Special Olympians for vision problems. That's something not to be missed. If you haven't been to a Special Olympics event, please make sure to make plans to come to that. On Saturday evening, we're going to have our final celebration. We have a group called the Fabulous Hubcaps scheduled. They are a very high energy group. They do 50s and 60s music. I think that people really enjoy them. I know they're sold out every time they have an event somewhere. So please plan ahead now, August 11th or August 12th and 13th next year for a very memorable event. Thank you.
Thank you, Lion Susan, for an excellent report. Now we'll hear from our information technology chair, who happens to not be here, but but our district governor, Tony Lee, is going to give her report.
Greetings, multiple district. Our IT report is very short. We do have a written report for all the details. From the IT or information technology community, we had a rough start. We were able to correct ourselves, and we can say rough start, but a clean finish. We have our websites up and running, and any additional information can be gotten from our written report. Thank you.
Thank you, Lion Tony. Now, District Governor Tony is also going to talk about the USA Canadian Lions Leadership Forum, filling in for Ralph and Sheila Schieffelstein.
All right. Our 2020 USA Canada Lions Leadership Forum was held online this year, our virtual activities. It was held September 25th through September 27th. It was a outstanding show for what they had to do. The show went well. And really the most important information is for our 2021 forum. This year, coming up, will be held in Des Moines, Iowa, and registration is now open. It will run from Thursday, September 9th to Saturday, September 11th. Information and registration link can be found at the lionsforum.org. As of April 11th, there were 829 Lions registered. We look forward to seeing all of you at the forum this year. Thank you.
Thank you, District Governor Tony. Our Delaware Vehicle Tag Coordinator, Lion Bruce Marvel, was not able to be here, but fortunately, our District Governor Tony Lee could make it. And Tony Lee is going to give a report on the Vehicle Tag Coordinator for Delaware.
All right. As with everything for 2020, we had a slow year. COVID kept folks inside, so not really that much of an opportunity to get out. So we were only able to register 2 vehicles this year. And we look forward to an opportunity to do more next year. Our practice of rotating our leadership tags, our LC 1, 2, and 3, for our incoming officers will be accomplished in June. So that's our report for this year. Thanks.
Our Women's Membership Development Participation Chair was Lion Dow Mann, who passed away about in the latter part of March. So we have April. So we have no report there. Youth Outreach Committee Chair is Lion Carol Schoonover, who's Zone Chair in 22B. And I have her report here. It's be read to you at this time. Upon examination starting July 1st, we had some clubs doing hands-on service activities. Examples are as follows: distributing and packing lunches and snacks to be picked up at schools or designated locations, art programs, drug and suicide prevention programs, basketball games, and craft kits activities. When school started up in the fall, clubs donated school supplies and hygiene products to be distributed to schools and teachers. Upon research, each time COVID restrictions eased up, hands-on activities increased, such as Halloween treat bags, parades, trunk-or-treat events. Halloween safety programs and Halloween bonfires were also done. During Christmas, many clubs donated bicycles, took children shopping, participated in Toys for Tots, and donated presents to youth in need. Club youth involvement increased with Easter parades, baskets, and Easter egg hunts. I am seeing more clubs participating hands-on with events such as tailgate tutoring, working with scouts on projects, environmental cleanup, music and band tutoring, bicycle safety programs, self-esteem classes, and sports programs. Clubs have donated funds for youth to have tablets and internet for school and continue to assist with lunches and backpack programs. I'm happy to say, as restrictions were eased up, we have more clubs participating and more youth being served by Lions. Submitted by Lion Carol Schoonover. Next on the agenda, we have Lions Club International Foundation report being presented by District Governor Barbara Brimmagen for past District Governor Kendall Chu.
Here are the updated numbers for this Lions year as of April 14th. 22A, $8,725. 22B, $18,075. 22C, $31,125. 22D, $59,982.89. 22W, $36,638.73. The multiple district 22 total, $154,546.62. Multiple District 22 continues to do surprisingly well in making donations to LCIF and Campaign 100, despite the problems with trying to raise funds with the COVID-19 restrictions. Multiple District 22 has 24 model clubs, and over 43% of the clubs in Multiple District 22 have donated money to LCIF this year. Two of the sub-districts, 22C and 22D, have donated over 100% of their original Campaign 100 pledges. PID Richard Liebenow from District 22W reported that his club, the Deer Park Lions Club, has completed its Model Club Campaign 100 pledge. Finally, the pre-filming of the first Vice President Doug Alexander's Campaign 100 telethon was done at the Bellefonte Lions Club Den in District 22D. It featured the first model club in District 22D, PID Ted and Lion Ann Rivers, Tallyville Naaman's Lions Club, and the two newest District 22D's 6 model clubs, the Claymont Lions Club and the Lord Baltimore. District 22D also added Dover Lions Club to their list of model clubs. With 3 months to go in the Lions year, we need to average only $9,000 per district to reach $200,000. If you are hearing this presentation and have not made a contribution to Campaign 100, now is the time. Thank you to the Lions of MD22 for their support of Campaign 100, submitted by past District Governor Ken Eitmiller, past District Governor Ken Chu, the LCIF Multiple District 22 co-chairs.
Thank you, Lion Barb. Lions Youth Foundation is going to be presented by District Governor Ruth Moses for past District Governor Sandy Halterman.
Hello, this is the Lions Youth Foundation final report for the year 2020-2021. The Cusiac Lions Youth Foundation Incorporation, also referred as the Lions Youth Foundation, or LYF, started the Lions Year 2020-2021 with Chair Sandy Halterman of District 22C. After many hours of preparation, putting together informational material, gathering committee chairs, and other administrative duties, the LYF started the year with a trustee retreat on July 25th, 2020. Due to the continued COVID-19 pandemic that plagued our world last year, we were unable to personally hold our annual retreat at the Annapolis Elks Club, Edgewater, Maryland. Therefore, election of officers was held virtually via Zoom. The retreat meeting was well attended by our trustees, appointees, district governors, vice district governors, and advisors. This training retreat was for all trustees, new 3-year trustees, appointees, current district governors, first and second vice district governors, and advisors. At this meeting, informational material was provided regarding committees and programs of LYF, how the organization works, and what everyone can do to inform the multiple District 22 Lions clubs. The following new 3-year trustees were introduced at this meeting: Jeff Fair, 22A, Carol Schoonover, 22B, and Sandy Halterman, 22C. None appointed in 22D, and Brian Cox for 22W. Executive officers for this year were Chair Sandy Halterman, District 22C, Vice Chair Brian Cox, District 22D, Secretary Carol Mahanti, District 22A, Treasurer Gary Buckman, District 22B, and immediate past Chair Dave Studley, District 22B. Due to the cancellation of the Multiple District Convention, LYF did not have its annual breakfast or seminar as previously planned. The fundraising committee was under the leadership of Lion Brian Cox, past council chair. No specific fundraising was able to be held. Initiatives going forward will be to encourage fundraising activities. Leadership Committee was under the leadership of Lion Carol Schoonover. Lion Carol encouraged all LYF and district leaders to promote the mission of LYF, especially the grant opportunities and recognition. Information provided by Chair Carol was distributed. Grants Committee was under the leadership of Lion Arthur Hooker until his untimely passing. A past grants chair, Robert Bruce, stepped up to finish out the year. LYF had 3 grant requests that was approved in the 2019-2020 Lions year. 2 of the 3 projects were completed during this current Lions year. Due to COVID, 1 could not be completed, but is being restructured this Lions year. Recognition Committee was co-chaired initially to be chaired by Lion Jessica Graham. However, due to other commitments, she requested to be replaced. Past recognition chair Lion Carol Mahanti agreed to handle the thank you letters and any distribution of fellowships and patches, and Lion Sandy Halterman handled the recognition chart, which maintains all donations and fellowships by club and recipient name. The LYF recognition program is to recognize and award a level of honor to each lion, lioness, Leo, or other individual or entity. A plaque was presented to the Terra Rubra Lions Club for their continued support and fundraising initiative throughout the years. Other highlights were the Long Range Planning Committee's recommendations and subsequent policy and procedures manual update and approval. Lastly, the LYF mourned this year the passing of dedicated Lion and second-year LYF trustee Arthur Hooker from District 22C. Lion Arthur was also the chair of the Grants Committee and served on the Fundraising Committee. Lion Roderick Harris from District 22C stepped up to complete Lion Arthur's trustee commitment. Yours in Lionism and Service, Sandy Halterman, Lions Youth Foundation Chair. Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to approve all of the reports?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. At this time, we will recess for lunch.